Now I'm going to show you about Asana, asset management, how we operate with asset management in Asana. So here's a property that we own, Evergreen Place apartment. We have, in this property, we have 3 buildings. Each building has 12 units. This is the main dashboard of Asana. I have collaboration here with myself, with Larry, and also with my property manager. They are also on that, although they are not quite responsive, but they do get the notification. So if you want to see here, I basically, for starters, I'm going to show you general tasks, which go over there. And there's also, you can see it on the sidebar. So you can access it from that panel, or you can access it from the sidebar. The general task here, for example, insert video in each apartment. So I want to have links to the walkthroughs in each and every apartment because we have the apartments allocated here under each building, which I'm going to show you shortly. Eddie, no driving on grass sign. He needs to do that. Those are kind of not so urgent stuff. If it was urgent, I would have it as priority is high. So it really depends. You can change the priority. I'm actually going to change this because it's not urgent. We moved the dumpster and we don't have that as an urgent anymore. So you can change it from here. Reassign existing residents. So here we got notes just to keep aware, or that we know that not renovated apartments with residents that we are reassigning. We're going to build a 1-bedroom 575, which is compares of 540 plus 35. And we got another note here, the 2-bedroom will be 635, 595 plus $40 per water. So that's just to remind us and the property manager what's that we're going to do with the non-renovated apartments. Here we have another, for example, note, which is about the renovated apartments, which we're going to do 595 plus water 35 will be 630. And the 2-bedroom will be 695 plus 40, 735. So we have it here just so we know the target rents and how we treat each tenant. So everything is documented. Small notes could be here in the task, which are kind of a general about the community. We have a couple of abandoned cars that we had here, so we put it down here, and I even had photos of them. One of them was already removed. Here you can see that removed on December 2021. So you can even do that and bold it. You can see it nicely. And here are tasks that is kind of on the to-do list and things that we maybe completed, as you can see. Now let's go to, we can go again to now building 1. Let's move to building 1, for example. So we have 3 buildings, so we have it building by building. It's easy, then you know each and every building what you need if you need to visit the building. Here you have the apartment 01, 2-bedroom, 1 bath, the name of the resident. If we click on that, we are, this is kind of the header of it, if you like, and then we have tasks underneath. So here in the task, we put the resident information, and we put a reminder 30 days prior to renewal that we need to get a notice, and then we contact them to ask them if they want to renew, or if they're planning to move, or if we need to give them a rent increase. We know how to schedule it. It's very important. So here is all the tenancy information laid down. This particular one has been there for a while, so there's not a hell of a lot of information. But apartment number 2, now as you can see now, it's again 1-bedroom, 1 bath. It's vacant, and now cleaning is being done. So we can click on that, and I will show you here. For example, the previous tenant did not pay some of the rent, so it's gone to debt collector. So we also add it over there, and it went to debt collector. That's what she owes, and we have some notes about it right here. And if we want to have more notes, for example, when I follow up with the property manager about it, I get this note, and I can just post it here to refresh my memory what was happening. Here underneath that, still under apartment number 2, I have the appliance list. So I know what appliances I actually put in each and every apartment. So that's something that it's really important to have. So you remember what kind of appliances you have within the apartment. And that's something that the assistant did, the VA did it. I gave her the list, and I just dictated to her even over WhatsApp, and she just put it down here. Apartment 02 just turned. We have original apartment, all white. write it all down, and she just went ahead and did it. I didn't even need to spend the time to do it. I just told her to do it. Underneath that, which is showing now as complete already, you can see that we had some notes about the work that we did. So backsplash on Monday, finish everything, including apartment 3. And this is just note, it's already been updated, it's completed. So it's not really something that we need to do, now moving forward. But I actually deleted a lot of the note that were there as we went through. But that was kind of a live task until we completed the unit term. And now it's completed. So again, there was tasks here, there was deadlines, and so on and so forth. As you can see, each apartment has its own notes, its own information. This is month by month. This is apartment number 5, flooring is okay, and kitchen and bath, watch the video. So I put a note there that it needs to watch the video to make sure. Again, there's no note, no date on it, because it's something that we kind of need to revisit when perhaps we want to increase the rent, or there's anything going to be changed in this apartment. At this point, we're not actioning it. Now I can go to building 2. It's exactly the same, but just different apartment with different notes, and so on and so forth. As you can see, I want to show you here, you can even do like a shed inventory. So underneath here, you can see shed inventory. This allows me to write down what's there in the shed, if there's new products, if there's new or used products. So you kind of just record what you got in the shed, so you remember. It's all about being very, very organized. Last but not least, which my favorite daily routine is, you go into Evergreen apartment here on the top on the sidebar. This is something that you can do, Bernard, is you go and then you click on calendar, and I check that every year, every week, and every day, and I see what's the next actions for the next few days. So, for example, now we are currently on Monday the 20th. Tomorrow I need to deal with apartment 35. Then on the 22nd there is an organized visit by the property manager to review this apartment, to inspect it, because we have no key to the apartment, and also there's quite a bit of trash apparently in the apartment, and I had no video inspection. I could not inspect it when I bought the property. So here you see it's all scheduled in the calendar, and I will be able to visit that in the same day or day after they've been, to actually see that it's being actioned upon with the property manager. Here there is we're waiting for a new list on apartment 35. So I'm making sure that I put it up there, and I assign it to Larissa, which is Larry, my assistant. So I just got a notification that the new list has been updated, because we released this apartment, and I put it here, and I said under apartment 35, new list PDF for Larissa, and I want it to be up and uploaded to the system and uploaded to here, or to the apartment specifically, which will be here, apartment 35. We're going to go there. And I want Larissa to go in and set up that specific reminder and information about the apartment. So this is just the note you just saw, and it's currently vacant, but Larissa is going to go and put all the information like you saw before. What is the rent? What's the security deposit? What's the date, expiry date? And she's going to send up the reminder. So all I needed to do is just tell her, hey, there is a new list for apartment 35, and it's a PDF, and she knows where to find it, because I got a Dropbox folder specifically for all the leases. So that's how you have it. And I'm going to show you now as well. You can actually use this. I got Evergreen apartment in Conway. Here I got even the Mastermind and other businesses. And now I'm going to show you, for example, at the Sadie Estate, which is the deal that I'm doing with Hun and Vince. So I'm going to change it to Sadie Estate. This is the free version, but I got the option to have an app on the computer. So I think they got an app as well, which is kind of cool. Okay. So here you go. This is the how it looks when you go into Sadie Estate. Sadie Estate, it says good morning. That's kind of the highlight. I don't really look on that specifically, but you can see all the participants here: Larissa, Vince, Hun, everybody that is involved with that. Again, here we have the list of all the apartments. This is specifically, so for example, building 12 floor 5, it's duplexes. So you're only going to have 2 underneath them, but there are notes There's the unit mix, there are notes, and there, for example, you see doorknobs have some notes that we have from the building inspection. We just closed on it. So I'm kind of putting all the notes so we can address them as we go. And we make sure that we tackle it as we need to. Here you can see all of the 13 buildings. So all of them are here underneath this, underneath these sections. And if you go to real estate on the top, you will again go to the calendar, which is my favorite bit. This is all of them in that way, in a thumbnail way. And you can go to the calendar, which is what I love. Every day I check it and I know what's urgent. Here you have the item to decide on. There's some things we need to decide upon. This is, for example, a renewal coming up. And this is a vacant unit with the lockbox number. So everybody knows what the lockbox number when we need to bring contractor in. And if there is an inquiry, now it's currently vacant. Here we have the walkthrough video from the inspection. So when we want to refresh our memory about how it looks, what it needs, we got the code number, we got the Dropbox links for the inspection, and everything is there right underneath. And if I need anything done about that, I can go here and I can, for example, tag, for example, let's say Hun. So I can choose Hun, or I can choose Larry or Vince, whatever I want. And I can put a note, hey, please ask to get a quote or request anything to do with the property. For example, let's get a granite quote, or what was the granite quote, and they will get a notification. So that's how you communicate with that. All the setup in the back end when we're taking on a property, setting all those here on the left on the sidebar to do with each apartment and each building. In that particular case, we have 13 of them. That's all done by the VA. I'm not spending time doing it. Hun perhaps went and checked that she inserted all the information from the rent roll correctly. But in that particular case, that's all been done by the VA. And that's it. That's how you work really efficiently with Asana. It's a great tool. I highly recommend it. If you go into tasks here, you will see that there is also options to have these ongoing tasks. We have tasks. We have quite a lot of them. We're getting quotes for flooring. We're doing a termite policy contract. All the information is here. We shopped around. Also with pest control, we shopped around. We have all the information. I'll show you. For example, you can see.
That's awesome. So you put all the quotes in, and then a year later you could look or whatever.
Yes, we got the name of all the contracts. We actually deleted the old contracts. We did the same with when we were waiting for the insurance. So we did the same. I'll show you with the insurance and the survey. We had communication, a few different details here, and here are all the quotes and information that Vince was shopping around.